Legendary game. So talking man, it's Bullet and Donald back in the reaction, man. JxmyHighroller is all over for them. I don't know who he talking about. But I just got a word on Ja. Not the suspension. I don't know how. At most, I feel like it's gonna be like 41. He took accountability for the actions, but it's like, bro, Ja, you gotta be. Stop hanging around D-Tap. D-Tap, stupidest man I know, man. Nah, I don't know, bro. So I ain't gonna lie. D-Tap dumb, man. D-Tap is one dumb individual, man. D-Tap is one dumb individual. And if I know my homeboy got me messed up like that, I'm not saying that it wasn't 100% Ja. Bro, you know how fast you wouldn't cut. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't see him hang with D-Tap no more. I don't know what's important with D-Tap and y'all. It's not wrong with jamming Youngboy, but it's like, bro, Youngboy has such a bad influence to the music society. I don't care what nobody says. I ain't calling him trash, but the dude just like, bro, how has this man messed up Mikey and now I'm not saying they don't have the system to listen to it, but like, bro, Youngboy's influence in music is terrible, man. It's all over.
Greatest rivalries in NBA history, the worst postseason upset we've ever seen, and a man on a mission to prove he is the best player on the planet.
Nah, after Jokic just dropped 34-21, that man might have that case, bro.
The playoffs would be good, but without fail, the NBA has outdone itself once again. Because this has been the wildest, weirdest, and most unpredictable playoffs I've ever seen. The sponsor of today's video is Oops, just know, called Support Leopard in NBA 2K.
We definitely ain't buying no shit from 2K, man. All them overpriced prices, man. I got respect to the brand, though. I'm just saying, I would never buy none from 2K, man. It's not happening. We still own this to add like 2 minutes of the video, man. Damn. All right.
The NBA playoffs, where legends are made and others are not. The conference finals are just getting started, and 3 postseason coaches have all...
I did see this. All right, hold on. Doc Rivers is low-key the scapegoat, because you got guys like James Harden who at the club and party and go to Vegas while the playoffs are going on. They put his time and effort to the playoffs. Doc Rivers, I ain't gonna lie, he kind of is a little bit overrated because he's blown a lot of leads. But I don't think he should have been fired. Coach from the Suns shouldn't have been fired. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know, but it's rare to get these kind of coaches. Maybe they aren't the right fits, but these coaches are getting thrown under the bus. This coach right here probably should have been fired. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I don't know though. You feel me?
Already been fired, which is just more.
And then Doc's MVP dropped 15 points. Harden got outplayed by PJ Tucker. You can't coach that. That's not on the coach. It's on the player. The player just don't want to be out there. And Harden's been doing it. It's not on the coach because Harden's been doing it his whole career. Feel me?
Evidence that in corporate America, you can lose your job for other people not doing theirs. 4 teams are left standing, and for some odd reason, I feel...
The most odd NBA finals would be the Nuggets and the Heat. Nuggets and the Heat would just be so odd, like, ew. Like, I know the matchups where it's like, ew. Damn. Nuggets and Celtics would be a little bit. Lakers and Heat. Lakers, Celtics, is with this, with that. But, like, Nuggets and Heat is just, like, the most random NBA Finals matchup of all time, dog. Like, that's a 1 seed, potentially versus an 8 seed.
I feel like I've seen this before. I can't put my finger on it, but I swear
this
has happened before. Anyways, the 2023 NBA postseason has been wild, and it all started with the Bucks not failing by being the first 1 seed in league history to be bounced out of the playoffs in just 5 games, taking the title as the worst 1 seed playoff team from the 2007 Mavericks, who won 2 games against the We Believe Warriors before getting sent home. And to think I used numbers 2 games...
This doesn't count because Derrick Rose got hurt. 2 playoff wins, that does not count at all, real talk. We would have swept the Sixers that year if Derrick Rose was healthy. Man.
Against the We Believe Warriors before getting sent home.
Oh, yeah. I remember this one. My Grizzlies, Zach Randolph, Tony Allen, Vince Carter, I think, was on that team. I don't know. Was Mike Miller on that team? Bro, I don't know. Man, it was a long time. I was like 10 years old, bro. I don't really remember. The core people I know was Tony Allen, Zach Randolph. I don't know if Rudy Gay was on that team, too, bro. I remember this, bro. And then we played the Thunder the next round. I'm like, bro, we finna go to the finals. But at the time, I was a Grizzly and a Thunder fan, so I was like, I didn't care. You feel me? Damn, man.
And to think I used numbers to almost pick the Bucks to win it all this season. Talk about dodging a bullet. Instead, I picked the most stress-inducing team in the history of the NBA to win it all. How Celtics fans can watch this team regress into the Charlotte Bobcats for a game and then look like the dream team in the next is beyond me. Have you ever seen an MVP candidate forget how to play basketball for 3.5 quarters? I have, but unfortunately for Sixers fans, they just found out what the rest of us already knew. Embiid and Harden are ass in the playoffs. And in the same conference, the Heat escape the Knicks and find themselves in the conference finals for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. The most awesome, mediocre, great team I've ever seen in my life. And as much as Jimmy Butler has done for this group, we need to give Eric Spoelstra his flowers. He has now coached the Heat to 7 conference finals.
Spo's a Hall of Fame coach. Now, sometimes Spo be messing up my parlays by subbing guys that... See, this Celtics and Heat series, I don't know if I should bet on. Nah, you don't count. No, I don't say I don't watch the games. I see the stats for the players I bet on. So when I go and I see the stats and I'm sitting here like, bro, why are you not playing? You feel me? I don't know if I'm betting on the Celtics and Heat series. Because that the Heat and Knicks, oh my God, I lost so much money. Because it was so bad, like the rotations. Dog. Oh my God, like. Dog, I literally had to shut down my bank account after that, bro. Man, but I'm getting it back, though. I am getting it back. No
13 seasons, which means Eric Spoelstra has more conference finals appearances since 2011 than every single one of these teams have in the history of their franchise. Meanwhile, over in the West, the Phoenix Suns fulfill their annual duty of exiting the playoffs in horrific fashion.
Yo, the Suns gotta blow that team up
series without a historic run by an opposing player. Because Nikola Jokic just put together one of the greatest playoff series in NBA history. In the 6 games against the Suns, Jokic averaged 35 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists.
This is the difference between Jokic. This is the difference between Tatum might be in there. I could put him in there. It's the difference between him and Booker and Harden and Julius Randle. It's a huge difference between those guys. When you need it, they're going to show up. Now, the only reason I'm hesitating with Tatum because sometimes this dude just be, I don't know, man. But it's the difference between guys like Jokic. I can't even put Embiid in that category, man. Giannis shows up, you feel me? But sometimes just do stupid stuff. It's the difference between those players, man. It's huge, not a huge, but it's like them players are going to deliver when you need it. But Giannis kind of sold with the free throws and getting, I don't know, man. But you
per game on 60% shooting. The man put up 24, 19, and 5 in game 1, and it was easily his worst game in the entire season.
And he just put up 34, 20
today. In fact, here are the top 100 players of the playoffs this season in terms of box plus minus. At literally the very bottom,
is minus. All right, yeah, I don't even...
Climb this chart and you'll find some underwhelming players so far in the postseason, like Jordan Poole at negative 3.3, Klay Thompson with a BPM of negative 2.7, and Bam Adebayo. Keep climbing and you'll find some solid contributors like Austin Reeves, Malcolm Brogdon, and Caleb Martin. And to find the best players of the 2023 postseason, we have to go all the way up this chart to players like Anthony.
These boys, Ant-Man is him. I keep telling them. He just need a better team, man. Like, get that man a better team around him, bro.
Davis and Stephen Curry. But in a class of their own, Jimmy Butler, Anthony Edwards, and Devin Booker, who all have postseason BPMs near or above double digits. Now, having a double-digit BPM in the playoffs is phenomenal. We're talking MVP
show up in the game 6, right? We're gonna go home.
And then there's Nikola Jokic, who is treating the NBA playoffs like it's the summer league.
Bro.
So it turns out you cannot win an NBA championship with 2 players after all. And it really was a 2-player effort by the Suns, since Devin Booker and Kevin Durant combined for the most points per game by 2 players in a playoff run in over 60 years. Just the 2 of them made up for over half of the Suns' total points in the postseason. The perfect recipe for a second-round exit. But scoring is something that the best players in today's NBA have mastered, because the 2023 NBA playoffs featured 7 of the top 10 playoff scorers in modern NBA history. No matter how you slice it, whoever wins the title this season will have to go through multiple
Nah, that was 88 when Boston and shit. They had a super team.
Generational talents. And in a second round series that feels like the damn NBA Finals, the Lakers defeated the Warriors in 6 games, possibly ending one of the greatest dynasties the league has ever seen. And as much as Steph has truly carried the offensive load for this team, the one thing he can't seem to do is knock down a game-winning shot.
Actually, wow.
Because after their playoff exit this season, Curry is now 0 for 12 on go-ahead shots with 45 seconds.
Dog, I saw this on Twitter, but I ain't think it was true. I thought people were just saying it. This dude really brought everything back. He went back to 2013, the Spurs. I think I remember that as a kid. I might remember that. I think I remember that. Only real series I remember as a kid was they played Todd Lawson and Kenneth Faried in the Nuggets. I ain't gonna lie. Ooh, I remember that. I remember this. I don't know if I remember that. Ooh, this one right here, I think I remember. I remember this. They blew like a 50-point lead that game. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know if I remember that. Ooh, I do remember this. When he had a chance to win the finals and shit. Not win, but tie it. Then he did it back-to-back games. That's crazy.
Or less in the game. The greatest shooter of all time. And yet he has struggled his entire career to hit the biggest shots. Bringing truth to the words that a wise man once told me.
I want Iguodala.
But this loss from the Warriors truly marks the end of an era. In the 9 seasons that Steve Kerr has been the head coach of the Warriors,
y'all think it's the end of the era? I feel like Golden State gonna pull something off. I don't know why.
Lost a series to another Western Conference team. A fact that sounds like I just made it up, but I didn't. Starting with Kerr's first season as the Warriors head coach in 2015, he began his tenure with a bang, winning a championship. And then they lost to the Cavs in the finals. And then they won back-to-back titles, lost to the Raptors in the finals, missed the playoffs for 2 seasons, and then beat the Celtics in the finals. The irony of this dynasty possibly ending at the hands of LeBron James, of all people, only adds another layer to the long and illustrious rivalry that he has with Steph Curry. A rivalry that spans nearly a decade and has featured 28 playoff games, despite them being in different conferences for the vast majority of their careers. For reference, Chris Paul and Steph have been in the same conference for 15 seasons, and they've only faced each other in 18 playoff games. Russell Westbrook and Steph have been in the same conference for virtually their entire careers, and they've only faced off in 7 playoff games. But if that's not crazy enough, LeBron James spent 15 seasons in the Eastern Conference. The 3 teams he's faced the most in the playoffs throughout his career are the Celtics, the Pacers, and the Warriors. A rivalry that has been cemented in NBA history.
Bro, I remember that Pacer series, bro. Man, Lance Stevenson, David West, Paul George, George Hill, Roy Hibbert. I think Jordan Hill was on that team, bro. Bro, I remember that, man. I remember watching that as a kid. I was like, bro, that was so hype, man. Like, bro, I think that might have been one of the best playoff series I've seen in my life. Like, damn, man, I missed them times.
But in their most recent series, we cannot discount the efforts of Anthony Davis. The only player I've ever seen in my life who can go from looking like Anthony Bennett to a prime Shaquille O'Neal in the span of 48 hours. Yeah, playoff AD, let's go. Oh, he sucks. Oh, wait, he's amazing. Never mind. Oh, he's back. No, he's not. He's literally
this is actually
Chamberlain.
crazy.
I hate him. No, I don't. Anthony Davis's inconsistency should be studied in a lab. And so does LeBron's playoff scoring. Which brings us to our annual breakdown of the most unbreakable record.
There's no way a superstar plays that bad.
This season, LeBron surpassed Kareem as the NBA's all-time leading scorer. But his position as the all-time leading playoff scorer has been the top spot since 2017. And since then, LeBron has been piling up his career playoff point total, bringing him to his current record of 7,912 career playoff points. And when looking at active players and who might have a shot at catching him, the answer is none of them. And the answer will always be none of them. LeBron is a playoff anomaly, but he has his work cut out for him on his path to winning another ring, because the 2023 playoffs have been historic, unpredictable, stressful, and better than we could have imagined.
It's gonna be interesting finish, man. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, man, we all got in the finals, man. It's gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna make no predictions in none of my teams in it, but hey man, it's gonna be tough finish, man. Ain't gonna lie to you, you know what I'm saying? It's been $1 man. Shout out JxmyHighroller for the video, man.